Happy Tuesday, my Rockin' Cardinals. We are back for reading today. Let's look at our targets for our reading lesson. I can read tricky words. I can read words with magic E. Yes, yesterday we learned a new letter team. Our I and our E together that made the sound I. Yes, that magic E, let the I say I. And then our last target, I can ask and answer questions about text, about a story I read. We're going to go over our tricky words. We're going to read them together. Here we go. He, she, we, when, word, why, to, where, no, I, what, so, once, said, says, are, here, there. Now we're going to go over our letter sounds. We're going to look at some uppercase letters and we're going to say the sound of each letter together. Here we go. T, k, h, a, f, e, g, b, k, I, d, j, v, m, o, z, n, w, a, x, p, qu, y, a, s. Now, yesterday, we started learning about our new letter team, our I and our E. And remember that magic E has magic. That's right. The I and the E work together to make the sound I. Let's look at our first word at the top. We have B, we have our I and our E. Remember, there's going to be a letter that's going to be in between that team. In this word, we have our K in between those letters. Even though there's going to be a letter in between our I and our E, our magic E is still going to work its magic dust, and that I is going to say I. That's right. B-I-K, bike. Your job today is to read the words with your new letter team that says the sound I. Then you're going to read your sentences and find where those words go. That's right, you have to read and you have to write them in the blank to complete the sentences. Let's read our words at the top together. So we read our word bike, likes. Oh, and look at that. We also have a letter team, but remember that's A-E. So the magic dust lets the A say A. So that is the word, you got it, k, ache, cake. Yes, all of our words in our boxes are going to have our magic E that lets that vowel say its long name. On the back, you have some more magic E words, and we have our double E letter team. So we have our I in t, I'm. We have our E in the word tree, and we have our A in the word trades, trades. Time, tree, trades. Miss Nakia is going to do number 1 with you, And then for the rest of your sentences, I'm going to have you do that independently or with your mommy and daddy and have them check your work. Let's do number 1 together. We're going to try all of our words and see which one completes the sentence. She bike, hide, and seek and the slide. She likes hide and seek and the slide. She cake, hide, and seek and the slide. Let's see, what are you thinking? Yes, very good. We're going to use our word likes in that sentence because that is the word that best fits in our sentence. So in this blank, your job is you're going to write it. And I'm going to do my best to write with this pen. Sometimes it gives Miss Ancan little fits, like it's doing right now. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, she likes hide and seek and the slide. Now, just like I did that one with you, I want you to read it. I want you to try your words and think. Really have some think time and think about which one best fits in your sentences. You're going to do that on the front and the back. Yesterday we read A Fine Hike. Yes, we're going to reread our story and then you have some questions to answer. Let's get ready to read our story again. A Fine Hike. Do you remember that Scott is with Clive and Clive's dad and they go on a trip? They're going to set up a tent and hike. Yes. Scott is on a hike with Clive and Clive's dad. They hike 3 miles up a big hill. At the top of the hill, Clive's dad says, "This is where we will camp." He drops his pack on the grass. Scott and Clive help him set up the tent. At 5, Scott and Clive hike to the lake to fish. They get 5 fish. At dusk, the kids hike back to camp. Clive's dad makes a fire. The kids munch on hot dogs. At 9, they get in their tent. They are all tired. They smile as they sleep. Oh, that was a big, long day for them. So, for our questions today, some of them we're going to be writing complete sentences. Some of them we're going to be choosing the best answer and circling in our bubble. And we're also going to be illustrating one of your favorite parts of your story and writing a word or two about your favorite part. Miss Ancan is going to do number 1 with you, and the rest of your questions I want you to do independently or with your mommy and daddy or maybe a grandparent. Let's read number 1. Where did Clive's dad set up the tent? Do you remember? Yes, we talked about this yesterday. They set the tent up, or you could say, Clive's dad, Clive and Scott, set up the tent. That's right, at the top of the hill. So that's where Clive's dad set up the tent. So how can we say that in a complete sentence? Yes, Clive's dad set up the tent at the top of the hill. So remember, when we write our questions and we answer them, they need to be in complete sentences. Miss Ancan is going to do my best to write that in the spaces neatly using my 5-star writing. I'm going to start my sentence with Clive. And I'm going to use that apostrophe S. Clive's dad, because it's his dad. Clive's dad set up the tent at the top of, and I think Miss Nakan might run out of room. We'll make our own line, of the hill. And we're going to put our period. Okay. Clive's dad set up the tent at the top of the hill. Good, complete sentence. And this is very important. When you answer a question, you use the characters' names. Not just he or she or they, but I want you to specifically say the name of the characters. You're going to work on number 2. When did Scott and Clive hike to the lake to fish? What did Clive's dad make? And then in this area in the bottom of your paper, on the bottom, you're going to illustrate your favorite part from the story. And on this line, you're going to write a word or two that matches your favorite part. Thank you for doing such a great job with reading today. Try your best to answer your questions and write complete sentences to answer them. I will be with you tomorrow for our next reading lesson. Have a great day.